What's going on, everybody? It is your boy Chris Man. I am here at the Work Hard, Play Harder podcast. It is Monday, June 15th, 2026. My name is Chris Drummond. I am a freelance sports reporter based out of upstate New York here and proprietor of this podcast, Work Hard, Play Harder, where I bring individuals on to talk about their why and get to know them outside of their occupation. I got a very, very special guest that's on with me today, and she is affiliated with ESPN. She is a sports network or update network radio host. She's also been a voiceover talent for 2+ decades. She's been in the first role that I said as well for 2+ decades as well. Her name is Christine Lisi. And we're going to talk to her about her why of getting into sports, but we're also going to ask her some get to know you questions. So without any further ado, I introduce you the wonderful, talented, and the beautiful Christine. Welcome to the podcast.
Chris, thank you. That was very that was very kind of you. Thank you so much. It's really good to be with you.
It's very awesome to be with you too, Christine, and we are going to have some fun tonight. No doubt about that. And listen, the first question that I have for you is the same question I have for everybody that hops on this thing, and that is, what is your why? Why do you do what you do? Did you have any role models or any inspirations maybe growing up? But ultimately, what is your why for wanting to get into the sports media?
I have always loved sports. From the time I was little, I saw my first Bills game when I was 7. I think I saw my first Sabres game when I was like 10. Um, I've just always loved sports. I did news too. I started that out, but I have to be honest, like after 9/11, it was just
Right,
so heavy. And sports, for the most part, is fun and enjoyable, except the stress
right,
when you're watching a game for your team. But
right.
it's enjoyable and it's fun. And I work with good people. And it's just like, I love the fast pace and to feed off that and the energy it gives. Like, it's, as you know, it's just so much fun.
Absolutely. Is this something that you always wanted to do, or did this kind of fall into your lap? I mean, I know you talk about you always loving sports, but did you have aspirations of actually working in sports, or did you kind of want to do something else and then you kind of pivoted and wanted to work in sports?
I wanted to do both news and sports, to be honest with you, and I did
Hmm.
that in college, which was a lot of fun. And
Hmm.
I continued after I got out of college. I did both, like worked for a local radio station, and doing news and all sorts of little things that you do when you work at a very small radio station, like you produce, you'd write commercials and all that stuff. But then I also got to cover Bill's training camp when it was in Fredonia, New York, and I got to
Wow.
cover Jim Kelly's celebrity camp when he came to St. Bonaventure, and
Yeah.
it was so much fun. And like I said before, like news can be so serious that I just, especially after kind of after I got out of college, I just was like, I think I would really like to just concentrate in sports.
I love that. I love that. Now you went to SUNY Geneseo, which is up kind of upstate New York here. And I wanna know, were there any other schools that could have persuaded you from going to SUNY Geneseo? And if so, what was those schools, or did you always have Geneseo as your number one choice?
I only applied to 3 schools. Geneseo was my first choice. I also
Mm.
applied to SUNY Brockport, which was my mom's alma mater, and
Yeah.
St. John Fisher, which is near Rochester. And
Yep.
Geneseo was my first choice, and they accepted me, so that is where I ended up.
I love it. I love it. Obviously, I definitely know about St. John Fisher.
Hmm.
No doubt about that. That being in Fairport, New York, which is really close to my house, no question about that. And I definitely know about Brockport as well. But yeah, Geneseo was the ultimate choice of that, and I love that. I love the fact that you went there. Now, with that being said, did you grow up playing any sports? And what sports did you play growing up, if you did?
I played. This is funny. When I'm old, so when I was younger, they didn't really have a lot of girls in baseball. So I played. They called it farm league, but I think it might be called t-ball now. For 2 years, but it was me and my friend Lori, and we played on an all boys team. But they were really
Okay.
good to us. They were our neighbors. So I played that for 2 years, and then when I was in 5th grade, a friend from school said, "Hey, my mom coaches softball. Would you like to play?" So then I started playing, and I played until 10th grade. And then that was just a town league. And then I didn't, I didn't play after that, but softball was the sport that I played.
And let me guess, Christine, the position that you probably played, I'm gonna say you was an infielder.
I was a third
Mm,
baseman, a second baseman, a shortstop. I did everything, but gosh, I was trying to think. It was I did not play first base. That was the one thing I didn't do. All over the outfield, all over.
mm,
I liked third base the best because I loved Greg Nettles when I was young, and he,
absolutely.
Yankees third baseman. So I loved
Yep.
him. So that was yeah. I was not a good pitcher, but I did pitch a little bit, but I was not good.
Okay.
My
Okay.
dad
Hey,
tried. My
listen.
dad tried, but I wasn't good. He worked with me, but I was just not. That was not my strength.
That's okay. And listen, we know our strengths. You stayed in your lane and you did what you needed to do. I love that. I love the fact of asking that question, Christine. No question. Now, I'm going to ask you some favorite questions. And you just give me the 411 off the rip based upon these favorite questions that I ask you. Okay. So here we go. Favorite meal you like to cook?
I love to make lasagna.
Ooh, okay. Now, now, Christine, I got to tell you, whenever I do, I've never been to Connecticut, which I
Hmm.
believe that's where you are now. But if I ever
Yes.
do pull up to Connecticut, I'm gonna have to come see you, Christine. I'm gonna have to say what's up to you because lasagna is definitely something that is my number one dish for sure, no question.
And I also make a lasagna soup, Chris, so we could do either one.
Oh, I love that. I love that. Okay, lasagna soup and regular lasagna. Now, hold on. I
Yep.
gotta ask though. Is it? Are we talking like Marie Callender's, Stouffer's? Are we talking homemade?
Homemade.
Oh, okay, okay.
Yep.
Listen, I gotta test the temperature. I gotta test it out. I gotta see what I'm dealing with. You know what I mean? So I
Yes.
love that. I love that.
Yes,
That's what's
yes,
up.
yes.
Okay. Favorite concert you've ever attended?
Oh, that's hard. Bruce Springsteen was amazing. But
Oh, the
you two
boss is always
you two
good.
was incredible too. Have you ever seen you like you two was really, really good too. Oh, that's probably Bruce though, because nobody opens for him, as you know. It's just him for
Yeah.
like, 2.5 hours. So I'd have to say Bruce.
Yeah, Bruce Springsteen, sorry, and what they call the E Street Band, I believe it's
Yes.
called the E Street
Mm-hmm.
Band. Yeah, so
Mm-hmm.
no doubt, the boss is definitely one of the best for sure, no question. And yes, I have seen him live, and I've also seen U2 live. Had the privilege of seeing both of those groups live, no question about it. Great groups, great music. Favorite place you've ever traveled to, Christine?
Oh, geez. I love Toronto.
Okay. Okay, the six, Toronto. What is that you love about Toronto? Because it is a great city. What do you love about that place?
It's a fun like melting pot of people,
Hmm.
and it's like I don't know if you go on like I think it's Young Street where all like the action is like there's the Hockey Hall of Fame, there's the Eaton Center, there's a lot of great restaurants and hotels, and the people are so nice. It's a lot of fun. It's not fun to be a Yankee fan necessarily and be there, but it
No.
is, an opposing sports fan sometimes not fun, but it's just people are so welcoming, and it's just a wonderful city.
Well, if I'm not mistaken, the Yankees took two out of three from the Blue Jays this past weekend. I might be wrong
Yes,
on that, but
sir.
I do know they took two out of three from them. So the Yankee fans were loud and proud out there in Toronto this past weekend. But I have never been to Rogers Center, which is the home of the Blue Jays. Also, obviously with the Toronto Tempo, the WNBA starting out there. I'm a huge
Mhm.
basketball person, Christine. So I got to make my way out there to Toronto because it's literally only 2.5 hours away from me. So I definitely want to be able to make it out there this summer sometime to check out one of those two things for sure. Um, Let me ask you this: last of the favorites, favorite place that you like to eat out at?
Oh, boy. Gosh. That is tough. Maybe probably one of the pizza places out here. I'll say Pepe's Pizza.
Pepe's Pizza. Okay. Now, are we? What kind of pizza do you like? Are we talking Brooklyn style? Are we talking, homemade? Are we talking deep dish, stuffed crust? What kind of pizza do you like?
I like they call it the New Haven pizza. It's the thin crust. It's the brick oven crust. It's a little charred. It's
Yeah.
it's really really good. And there's a bunch of places out here that do it really well. But Brooklyn pizza's good too. Like there's a place in New York called is it Lombardi's or Lombardo's that was really really good too that I went to once. So as long as it's thin.
Okay, long as it's thin, I'm in. I feel you on that. No doubt, no doubt about that. I love that. I love that take. Now, I want to ask you about your day-to-day process. And the reason why I
Mhm.
want to ask you, Christine, about your day-to-day process, because as a journalist, especially a freelancer like I am now, I make calls to different publication stations to see if they need something, want something, or I pitch different stories, right? But even when I worked full-time in these spots, no 2 days was never the same. You're always doing something different, covering something different. And I imagine that you're always talking about something different, whether it's on radio or whether you're doing your voiceover thing, right? So tell me what a typical Monday through Friday work week looks like for Christine. And when do you start? When do you end? And how do you get ready and prepare for a show each day in, day out?
When I anchor, which is a couple days a week, I get in about an hour and a half to 2 hours before my shift starts, and I go through our assignment desk. People are amazing. Like we have something called an internal sports wire with all the big news of the day.
Yeah,
And it's chronological, and it's a lifesaver for all of us. And you want to do the biggest, most important stories first, and then I figure out if we have any games, whether it's football, baseball, basketball, hockey, whether it's on TV or radio, and if there's any pertinent news for that. I start writing. I write four different versions of the same story that will change as the news changes throughout the day, but I don't like to say the same thing each time, so I kind of
sure.
rotate that. And then after 7, as you know, 7 Eastern, the games start coming in, so then you work in the I look ahead to, like, okay, Pirates ace Paul Skeens is pitching, or Brewers ace Jacob Mizrowski, like, try and finding out what the stories are of those games. Like, now we have baseball, but I would do that for other sports too. And then my shift starts at 3 when I anchor, and it ends at 9:30. And so I just do games and news updates and everything, and I listen to the shows if they have good any guests that are pertinent to what I'm doing. And then
Right,
on weekends when I do games, I get in about 3 hours early, and the producer hands me a rundown, and we kind of go over, like, questions for guests, and we record those, and we work out, like, what we want to do in terms of games and topics and things like that. So it's neat because it is different every day, and it's a lot of fun.
absolutely. Now, is your show like a call-in type of show, or is it just like basically a broadcast type of TV show where, like you said, you're just anchoring, you're just really anchoring the news and getting the sports news out?
I anchor, but one of the shows I work on, Freddie Coleman, Harry Douglas, they bring me in a lot and make me part of the show along with their producer Shannon Penn. So
Sure.
I do I do funny things with them, like they do, like, a selection committee, and then the four guys pick, like, whatever the topic is of the day, and they're really funny, like, and it's a lot of audience engagement, which is a lot of fun. And then, like, I'm the
Right.
tiebreaker. I come in, and, like, if there's a 2-2 tie, I'll be like, okay, so and so, this is what I think that should win, and it's that's a lot of fun. But for that part, I'm anchoring, and then, like, for the remote studio stuff, it's for games, like when you see, like, whether it's Bob Lorenz, or, like, the guys you see on NFL Sunday, like, that's what we do, but on radio. And, like,
Okay.
I interview, like, this past fall when I did NFL, like, Herm Edwards was my guy every Sunday, which was just awesome.
Great
Like,
guy. Great guy.
I love that guy. And, like, so he would come in and we talk, and I do questions for him, and then we get you ready for whatever game ESPN radio has that day.
I love it. I love it. Now, I got to ask this bonus question because, sports is year round, but in your opinion, what is the busiest time of the year? Is it the fall, or is it the spring with March Madness and NBA playoffs and NHL? Like, what is the busiest time of year when it's like, man, sports is like super busy?
For me, I think it's like late September, October, because there's
Mm.
NFL, college football, the baseball playoffs, and hockey, and the NBA are just starting, and college hoop
Right.
starts a little bit later. But, like, I think it's that. Although this spring has been extremely busy with the basketball and hockey playoffs, and, like you said, March Madness, and then football never really has an off season, so it's hard to say. But for me, I think it's like October.
Okay. I like that. I can respect that. Now, with this next question here, I want to talk to you about mental health and work life balance. Now, I've been in this industry only for about 9 years, and I started in Atlanta, Georgia, then went to Minnesota, worked full time, and now I'm here in New York working as a freelancer. But I've seen different people leave this industry because of their mental health being affected. I've also seen people leave this industry because of their work life balance. Just can't seem to get right, can't seem to get balance. In my opinion, I don't think you ever get 100% balance. But with that being said, I think that it's difficult. It's difficult to be balanced work life balance in this industry. I want to know from you, what is your work life balance? Like, how do you keep your mental health strong, but still have work life balance and be able to, be the person that you want to be? Because ultimately, you seem like a wonderful woman to be around, Christine. And obviously, talking to you is a pleasure for the first time in these first few minutes. But you also seem very dedicated to your job, right? Because you wear many different hats. So, how do you do this job and not feel burnt out or overwhelmed?
Well, first of all, thank you for saying that. That means a lot. As much as I like being good at my job, I love it when people think of me as a good person. Like that's important to me to be, kind and respectful. And I try to do that every day to treat everybody like I would want to be treated. I I am married to a wonderful husband, and we have a dog, and he works from home, and he takes wonderful care of the dog. So that is like a an amazing thing. I have an understanding husband who understands what I do and my schedule, and I also I get up, I work out every day. I walk. We walk the dog. I do the Headspace meditation app every day. Work pays for that. ESPN pays for
Okay.
that,
All
and
right.
so I do that every day just to keep keep myself centered, and I make sure that I talk to my college friends regularly. I get together with people as much as I can. Rob and I always tell Rob, I said, that's my husband. I say, if we are invited somewhere, because my schedule is kind of limiting in what you can do, and I'm not complaining about it, but it's just, you know what I mean? It's a reality
Right.
situation. I work a lot of nights and weekends, and that's what it is. But
For sure.
but when a friend asks me to do something, I'm gonna do it, right? Like I'm, whether it's you want to go to lunch, or it's a kid's graduation party, or anything, college reunion, I'm gonna go. So I do think it's very important to like keep that. You want to be good at what you do, and you want to try hard, but you also need to be around people and give yourself a break too.
I love that. I do. It's an important question to ask, right?
Hmm.
Because, like you said, we do work nights and weekends, and this
Yep.
industry can, and sports is year round, right?
Yes.
Vacations are very slim, and they don't come often, so you have to kind of
Right.
schedule that time off to be able to spend with your significant other or friends or whatever family it is. So I love that answer for sure. Now, what is some advice that you would have for an individual that wants to pursue a career in sports media like yourself, whether it's male or female? What kind of advice would you give those?
I would say I do want to say one more thing, Chris, about what we were talking about just previously. Like Chris Berman once
Mhm.
said to me a long time ago, he said,
Mhm.
Christine, we're all in this, ESPN or whatever, in life really. We're all in this alone together. And I think it's very important to remember that even if you are doing your job and you feel kind of isolated and alone, there's all these other people there with you. And
Right.
there's other people you can lean on, you can talk to. I think that's very important to not feel you're alone. But um, I would say learn how to do as many things as well as you can. Um, you might just be interested in one thing, but I'll just use this as an example. Like you might just be you know interested in producing, whatever it
Yep.
is. But learn to write, learn to edit, um, learn how to interview somebody if you have to, if your talent isn't available. Um, because I think the more that you can do and do well, the more appealing you are to an employer. Also, help anybody you can, because you never know when you are that person who is going to need help. I think
1000%.
that's right. That's really important. I'm just trying to think. Be willing to try new things, even though it might scare you or make you nervous. Like everybody's nervous doing stuff, right? Like no matter
Yeah.
how one of my very good friends who is a national TV broadcaster, I was talking to him about something, and this is probably 10 years ago, and he said to me, I was like, "Aren't you nervous? You don't look nervous ever. How aren't you ever nervous?" He goes, "Christine, I'm nervous every day." And it's just to remember that you're not the only one feeling, nervous or excited. So push yourself to try new things. Or if somebody suggests something, you might be like, I don't want to do that. Well, try it. And maybe it'll lead to meeting somebody else or a new part of your career. So that would, that those would be my pieces of advice.
Oh, it's great pieces of advice. I appreciate that, Christine. I'm intrigued kind of by this bonus question because, like I said, doing a little bit of research,
Hmm.
that you have your own LLC for voiceover, if I'm not mistaken. So I
Uh-huh.
want to know how did that come about, for you to be able to do voiceover stuff, working from ESPN as you've worked for as so long. How did you want to branch out finally and be able to get your own LLC and your own brand and business like?
Well, at a point when I was part time at ESPN, I was doing voiceover work, and one of the guys that I did work for, he said, "I'm going to need you to do an LLC," and I was like, "Okay." So I think it was like some for business purposes on their side. I had to do that, and I was like, "Okay." So I did it, and then I thought the coolest thing was I could make myself president. So I did that, and
Yep.
then like because the voiceover work I do for ESPN now, and the LLC, I just never got rid of it because I was like, oh well, what if I joke with my husband, I'm like, oh well, if we hit the lottery and I can put a little cottage kitchen in our basement, then I can cook and sell things for people. Right? And you need an LLC for that. So I just always keep it, and it's not terribly expensive, so I've always held on to it, and I forgot until you said that, Chris. I forgot that I still had that. But yeah, that's why I started it, and I've always kept it just in case, like, I need it for some reason, because again, not a lot of
You
money, but
never know.
you gotta do a lot of paperwork, and so like I
Yeah.
don't want to do that all again if I need it, some point down the line in the future.
It's definitely something that I'm looking into as far as
Hmm.
trademarking my podcast for
Hmm.
sure. No question, because I've had a lot of episodes, and eventually I definitely want this to be a marketable type of podcast to where you make some kind of ROI, right? Return on investment,
Sure.
and not so I definitely want to be able to do that. So obviously, it's something I've been looking into for sure, as far as LLC goes. And yeah, I definitely saw that. I also saw that you like to bake. And I don't know if that is still one of your passions, but if so, are you still baking quite a bit these days, especially cookies?
I did. I actually baked today, as a matter of fact. And
Hmm.
I baked a lot over the weekend. My youngest goddaughter, and her mother's my best friend from college. My youngest goddaughter graduated from high school, so I baked for the little get together after the graduation, and then I baked for the graduation party yesterday. And I do a goofy thing in the fall, like I do Bill's Victory Monday treats, and so I bake like on the weekends, and then I bake on Mondays, and then I did the same thing for the Sabres when we were winning in the playoffs. I was like, oh, victory, whatever, random day treats, and I just or my husband would be like, hey, can you make brownies? And I'm like, sure, and he'll eat one, and then I just bring in right, and then I bring in the rest to work, so it works out
Right.
nicely.
I love that. Now, speaking of the Bills, will you catch any of the Bills games near here, near the new stadium at Highmark? Obviously, they're going to be coming down to the Jets, which is probably the closest maybe venue to you, or maybe even New England might be even close to you as well. But will you catch any of the games at Highmark Stadium this year?
I don't know. It's hard
Mm.
because I'm not sure of my schedule in the fall. I assume that I'll be on football Sundays again. Um,
Sure.
it's hard with my schedule and with like traveling and trying to work out all that stuff too. And it's a little
Hmm.
expensive. It's a little expensive to go as well, my friend.
Tell me about it. I literally looked at the prices today, and I was like,
Mhm.
"What the hell's going on?" I mean, what is
Yeah.
really good? I mean, like,
When I was in college, my senior year at Geneseo, actually all 4 years, they did like a bus trip, and you could, they would take a bus from the school, or you could drive, whatever, and tickets were like $25. and they were good
Mm.
seats, which is just wild, but it is a
Oh
lot
yeah,
more than $25 now.
Yeah, them days are long gone, Christine. No question
Yes.
about that. I am looking to go to the Chargers game, for
Mhm,
sure. I'm looking for that, because my dad's birthday is in September. They play in
nice.
September. I'm thinking about taking my
Mhm,
dad to that. But I also am looking at the game, in Vegas. They have
mhm,
a Bills thing where you can, it's like a Bills group. They travel. Like if you pay like a traveling thing and you pay like
mhm.
a certain amount, they'll pay for your airfare, your ticket, and they'll pay for it multiple days, your hotel, the flight, all the above. And it's like, man, okay. So I've been looking into that, and obviously, who doesn't like going to
Yeah.
Vegas? So I'm
That
looking
that
into
sounds
that.
awesome. That sounds
Mm.
awesome. Like, that would be a great trip because, like, it just seems like everybody's always up for a Vegas trip, right? For a sports
Oh,
Vegas trip.
no question, especially with all the sports that's going to be coming there. Obviously, with the
Mhm.
athletics coming there, the Aces and the Raiders, and then obviously, just all the sports, and not to mention the national championship game, football is coming there next year too. So,
Mhm.
it's going to be a lot of attractions there to Vegas, is for sure. But I'm thinking about doing at least one away trip, and also one home game. But yes, those prices are absolutely stupid, crazy, no question.
The only away game, it's tough to be an away fan, but I have to say I went to one Bills away game. It was in '97. It was at the Meadowlands against the Jets, and I was a little
Oh,
nervous, but I wore like Bills stuff, and I went with a bunch of guys that I worked with who are all Jets fans, and we end
yeah.
up in this section, and we are because like there's a lot of transplants down there in New Jersey and New York. We ended
For
up in a
sure.
whole section. Bills fans surrounded us. And it was so funny because the Jets fans, they were a little bit miffed at me because the guys were in Bill stuff. They kept turning around going to those guys, you better be nice to her. She's one of us. You
Right.
better be nice to her. It was so funny, but that was the one, most of the time it's not fun being an away fan, even though I'm not obnoxious. I don't, say I wear my stuff, but I don't say anything. But that was the most fun I had as an away fan was at the Meadowlands
I
all
love it.
those
I
years ago.
love it. That is awesome. I love that, Christine. Okay. Okay. Now we've reached the portion of my podcast now. Then we're going to play my interactive game called This or That. It's a game that I like to play with all my guests here on the Work Hard, Play Harder podcast. And it's very simple. I'm going to throw some things at you and you get to choose this or that. So, Christine, are you ready?
I am.
All right, here we go. Out of these two restaurants, which restaurant would you rather walk in, sit down, and eat at? Texas Roadhouse or Longhorn Steakhouse?
Oh, Longhorn.
Ooh, I like that. Now, how do you like your steak?
I need my meat cooked. Like it needs to be well done. Like I can't have pink. It freaks me out. Some people might think
Okay.
I like it is awful, but like I can't. It has to be well
I,
done.
I'm a I'm a medium well type of guy. So yeah, medium
Okay.
well for sure. But I would ask you, do you like to put a lot of sauce on your meat?
Not too much. No. Mm-mm. Nope.
Okay, okay. This next question is about chicken wings. Out of these two flavors, which flavor, sorry, would you rather have on the wing? Barbecue or lemon pepper?
Ooh, lemon pepper.
Okay. Do you like your wings wet or dry?
You mean like a dry rub or like the sauce? Is that what that
Yes,
means?
yes.
Uh, Gosh, that's a hard one. I'm gonna go with wet, the sauce.
Okay. Do you like your wings bone in or boneless?
Bone in
All right. Are you a dipper? Like, do you like to dip it to sauce or do you just eat it with the sauce on the wing?
with the sauce on it.
Okay. I like that. I like that. All right. Here we go. Out of these next four questions that I'm going to ask you, these next four questions have to do with music concerts you rather attend. So if I say, Christine, what genre of music do you listen to? Would you say all of it or would you pick a particular genre?
Uh, Ooh, I would probably pick up. I would be a particular genre, I guess.
Oh, okay. What genre is that?
Oh, it's a little. I like. I'm gonna go Sirius XM on you. Like I love the Springsteen channel, but I also love First Wave, which is
Okay.
33, because like that's like I think it's like classic alternative. And when I was in college, it was just alternative, but now it's like classic alternative. I think so. But I do
Okay.
like a lot of different things. Like when I was in high school, I'm sorry, I'm taking away from your time. When I was in high school, like I like loved Run DMC. Like I had their Raising Hell album. I had the cassette
Right.
because I
Oh
am
yeah.
old. I had that, and like I like all sorts of different. Like I like Garth Brooks. You know what I mean? It kind of depends on the song and things like that. So
Yeah, you like variety. No, I love
yes,
that. I love
yes,
that.
yes, yes.
Yeah, no question. No question. And that's pretty good. So here we go. First question out the box is going to be, which music concert of these two artists would you rather go see? Would you rather go see Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers, or would you rather see Bon Jovi?
Tom Petty.
Oh, okay. I like that. I like that. Very decisive. Here we go. Let's keep it going.
Okay.
Which of these music concerts would you rather go see? Would you rather go see Eric Clapton or Michael Bolton?
Oh, I would like to see. I would Michael Bolton.
Are you sure? Because you took a long, deep breath on that, Christine.
I was gonna say, did you ever see the movie Office Space? I just said
Yeah,
Michael Bolton because remember when they goes nobody belts out a ballad like Michael Bolton. So
yes,
I just
yes.
picked Michael Bolton there.
I love it. I love it. Okay, okay. They're going to get a little harder. So here we go.
Okay.
Which music concert out of these two artists would you rather go see? Would you rather go see Prince or Michael Jackson?
Oh, that's hard. Michael, because I was always a Michael girl. Not that I didn't like
Okay.
Prince and couldn't appreciate him, but like I was
Mhm.
always a Michael girl.
Okay. All right. Here we go. Last of the music. Out of these two artists, which music concert would you rather go see? Would you rather go see Kenny Rogers or Michael McDonald?
I saw Kenny Rogers when I was just out of college, and I didn't want to go, but I went, and he was amazing. Like
Right.
I gotta say Kenny because he was really Chris. I didn't think I would like it. I loved it. Like I couldn't get
Right.
over how great he was and how he connected with the audience. He was really super.
I love that. Okay, I love that. Now let's go back to sports.
Okay.
Which sport of these two would you rather watch on TV? Basketball or baseball?
Oh, probably baseball.
Okay. Which of these two sports would you rather play? Badminton or bowling?
I don't think I would be good at either. I think badminton might be fun.
Okay, I like that. Going against the grain, Christine. I like that. I really do. I love it. Now, do you like dessert?
I do.
Okay, obviously you're a baker, right? So,
Mm-hmm.
these I'm gonna name four categories of desserts. You have to choose one of these to get rid of that you would never eat again. So here we go.
Okay.
The first category is ice cream. The next category is cookies. The third category is grouped together, so it's pie slash cakes. The last category is candy. Which one are you getting rid of?
Ice cream.
Wow, that is a shocker. But if I ask you, Christine, what is your favorite cookie to eat? You would tell me what?
Oh, I think it's hard. It's between chocolate chip and peanut butter. I'm gonna go
Wow.
with. I think I'll go with peanut butter.
Okay. You know, my favorite is gingerbread. Uh,
Ooh, that's a good one too.
yeah, I'm a very, very good gingerbread. And mind you now, when I do come up there to Connecticut, because I will be coming up there at some point in my life
Hmm.
for sure. Uh, if you are baking at that time, please Tupperware some cookies, Tupperware something, and I would definitely be by. I'll be over.
I
Trust me, because
I absolutely will do that.
I love it. I love that. No doubt about that. I want to ask this next one: potato chips. Do you eat potato chips?
I don't. I'm not a salty snack kind of gal. But I can
Okay.
answer
Now,
if you ask the question, I can answer it though.
okay. So what I'm doing is it's going to be the same format
Okay.
as it was with the desserts. I'm gonna name four brands, and one of these brands you got to get rid of. So here we go.
Okay.
The first brand is Lay's. The second brand is Ruffles. The third brand is Doritos. The last brand is Pringles. Which one are you getting rid of?
Doritos, because I don't like the way they smell.
Okay, 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 I rock with you on that. Now, if we went to a grocery store, Christine, and I said, go to the chip aisle and buy your favorite chip to eat, if you were going to eat one, which chip would you buy?
Oh, geez. If they still do they still sell Troyer Farms? Because my grandfather drove a truck, like he was a deliverer for Troyer Farms. So I would say that, but
Wow.
if not that, Lay's.
Okay, I got you. Lays. That's pretty good. You were pretty damn decisive on in this or that. Like probably one of the most decisive people that I've talked to on this or that. Because people are normally like waffling when they're like, I don't know what to decide. Like, just pick one.
Yes.
It's
That doesn't
okay.
make good radio if you waffle,
Oh,
right?
certainly not. We definitely don't want silent radio. That's for sure. No
No,
question on
no.
that. So that's awesome. I love that, Christine. Now, this next question is called bucket list. And the reason why it's called bucket list is because I want you to speak this into fruition. Now, obviously, you've had a plethora of opportunities to do so many different things, but I want you to give me a top four list of either events or stories or things that you would like to do in your sports career that you haven't done yet.
The first one is I would like to see the Bills win the Super Bowl.
Oh my goodness, you might have a better chance with HE double hockey sticks freezing over. You just might have a chance.
I have faith because I
Okay,
thought forever that we would never have our quarterback, our guy, our version of Tom Brady. And I do
sure.
think we have him.
That's for
And
sure.
I'm hoping that, you know, one of these days it should be our time because if the Red Sox can win and the Cubs can win and the Blackhawks can break their long Stanley Cup, drought and the
Yes.
Bruins, like
The
uh,
Knicks just did it too.
the
The
Knicks,
Knicks.
yes. My late dad, he loved the Knicks, so he would be thrilled with that. Yes, so
Right.
that too, like, so I like to believe that. I also, I would like to see this. I would like to see a Sabres Stanley Cup. I'm sorry, a playoff game or a Stanley Cup final game in person. I would love
Okay.
to see that. Um,
Well, come on, Christine. We'll love you in Buffalo. Come on.
I gotta,
Come
I know,
on.
I gotta speak that into existence. I'm trying to
Yes,
think what else. Like, gosh, I think it would be neat to meet like LeBron James. Like, I think that would be awesome.
for
Um,
sure.
a baseball playoff game. I'm just trying to
Yeah.
think of different things that would be like, really neat to see. Gosh, for the fifth, do you say five?
No,
Fifth
no.
one?
Top four. Top
Top
four.
four. So see the Bills win the Super Bowl, a Sabres playoff game. I'd like to meet
Yeah.
LeBron,
Yeah.
and gosh, what else? Oh my goodness, I don't know what I'd like to do.
Maybe a national championship game, football.
That would be neat. I would like to be a part of me would like to be on the field, but not working for either like a big a football game. But
Yeah.
although I heard it's disturbing how violent it is when you're that low and you're on the field, so I don't know if I could take that.
I
um,
feel that. I
but
feel
yeah,
that.
like I think to be live at something that I'm not working at, whether it's like a national college or championship game or football or something like that, or like an NBA finals game that you can like not work at but like enjoy. Like I think that would be awesome too.
I think okay, so I'll share you my four, and
Mm-hmm.
I had a chance to do the Super Bowl a couple years ago.
Mm-hmm.
As a freelancer, four of us went, so that was amazing. But I think I would do NBA Finals because I'm a huge basketball guy.
Mm-hmm.
I would love to do a national championship game because I'm a huge college football guy. I would love to cover one of those.
Mm-hmm.
I would love to shadow an ESPN employee. I think that's one of my dreams. Definitely, it doesn't matter if it's a sideline reporter, somebody in radio, an anchor, even tour ESPN up in the
Mm-hmm.
stores, just something along those lines because I want to be able to see what a day in the life like is for an ESPN employee. And not to say that if I don't ever get there, that would be great if I did. But I just want to see it live. I think that would be amazing because obviously everybody works extremely hard at the worldwide leader of sports, ESPN. So I definitely wouldn't mind shadowing somebody either in radio, like I said, sideline reporting, anchoring, play by play. Doesn't matter what sport either. I just would love to do that. And lastly, I think the Olympics. The Olympics I would love to do. I would love to do the Olympics. Obviously being in Los Angeles, being in US in 28. that is definitely a goal for sure. So I would love that.
Oh, you know what would have been cool? I forgot now that you say that. How awesome would it have been to been at the U.S. men's or women's Olympic gold medal hockey game when both going to,
Yeah,
with both going to overtime? That would have been insane.
yeah, that would have been great. That was amazing. I was glued to my TV,
I
for
almost
sure.
passed out. I was so nervous. I was like I was at work and I was like for the girls I was at work and the guys I was off that day. But I was like, "Oh my god, I to be like that nervous and that stressed." You know what I mean? Like that's the great thing about
Absolutely.
sports, but you're also like, "Oh my god, I think I'm going to pass out here too." So,
Absolutely, no question, no question. That's what brings us together. But that
yes.
also that exotic fan in us, where we're
Mhm.
yelling at the TV and we're cheering so loud for our teams, and I love that. So yeah, it's awesome. We talked about advice you would give, but now I want to know what is some advice that someone has gave you, Christine, that you hold on dearly to.
I would say like just try anything
Mm,
and you might enjoy it, you might be really good at it, but not think and always have faith in yourself. Um there's too many people trying to push you down whether it's on social media or, anything like
right.
that. So I think you should just, just believe in yourself and be, be kind, be thoughtful, like, because people help me, I know that how important that is to help other people. Like whenever I had a question for somebody,
Right.
listen to feedback um, openly and willingly because people are just trying to help you for the most part. I know like some social media, not, I'm not advocating that, but like whether it's,
Yeah. Yeah. Sure.
colleagues or, hey, maybe you want to try it this way or that way or whatever. Like, I think that
Right.
you know, that's helpful too. I, geez, I've had so many kind people, and like the Chris Berman thing, we're all in this alone together. Like that's always, and he said this to me a million years ago, and that's always really stuck with me. That it might feel like you're by yourself, but really you're not, and so don't hesitate to reach out and ask for help, whether it's work or life or anything like that.
I like that. No, it's great. It's great advice. Are they still giving tours? If you even know this question, are they still giving tours at the Sports Center or ESPN kind of complex there?
I don't know. I know a lot
Okay.
of stuff changed after COVID in terms of what they do.
Yes.
I can look into it for you, though. I promise I will look into it for you.
Yes, absolutely. Now I want to also ask you about give me a top. I'm huge on top fours, and this is
Mhm.
two questions of top fours. But give me a top four list of people that you have interviewed, that or people you have talked to throughout your sports career that had an impact on your sports career, like a top four list.
Oh, geez. People that I've talked to. Um, boy, Eeh, that's tough. So I was going to interviews. I was thinking people I've interviewed that I thought you were going like, who have you interviewed that was like the most impressive to you? Um,
Yeah, yeah, you can give me that too.
Can I give you that?
Absolutely.
Like I
Yeah,
interviewed. I'm again big Sabres fan, so like I interviewed Dominic Hasek. Like Lindy Ruff was my favorite player growing up, so I interviewed him his first go around as
yeah,
coach of the Sabres. I interviewed Marty Brodeur, and then like this past football season, like I interviewed like or the past 2 years, it's like been Khalil Shakir and Dawson Knox and Tyrell Shavers, who I love that kid. Um, but gosh, people I've talked to, top four. Chris, you've stumped me. That is hard
oh,
because
and I didn't think I was stumped the great Christine Lisi. Wow.
so many people have been so kind, and then when I've reached out, well, whether it's like Linda Cohn or Barry Melrose, Herm
Hmm.
Edwards, um,
Yeah.
you know, geez, people like that, Dan Lebitard, I think like those people have been like whenever I've reached out to them, they've always been, my ESPN family's been always so kind, no matter who it
For
is.
sure. For
So
sure. No question. And I had the pleasure of talking to Dawson Knox a couple Sundays ago when they were here. They were doing their charity softball game. Now,
Mm-hmm.
Greg Rousseau, first it was Micah Hyde. Now
Yes.
it's Greg Rousseau. I had a privilege of covering that. I had a good conversation with Dalton Kincaid as well,
Mm-hmm.
both tight ends. So that was pretty cool, pretty awesome for me to meet them. Keon Coleman was there as well, so met him there too. So yeah, it was great. That was an awesome time. So yeah, I can definitely vouch. Dawson Knox is a pretty cool dude. So is Dalton Kincaid.
That's an event I want to go to. I know Mike. It was Micah's forever, um,
Yeah,
but I would love. That looks like it's a tough time of year for me, but like that looks so much fun, right?
it
Like,
was great. It was
oh,
great. It was really awesome time, really awesome people. Got a chance to connect with some of the obviously the local Buffalo people that
mm-hmm.
typically cover the team as well, which now we're linked up, and that's pretty good too. So I like that. The next top four that I have, I want to ask you, is about Connecticut because again, I've not been to Connecticut before, and I definitely want to go. It's sad that they're taking the Sun out of Connecticut and they're
Yes.
relocating to Houston for the WNBA. But obviously, UConn is historic, right? Historic for not just winning, not just basketball, but just Connecticut as a whole. I want to be able to know what is four things I should do when I touch down to Connecticut.
You have to try one of the really good brick oven pizza places. You have to do that. Um, because pizza's the Connecticut thing. I think
Okay.
uh gosh, I would say if you could like one of the collegiate sporting events, like I know you're a basketball guy, but like Quinnipiac has a really good hockey team. UConn has a really good hockey team. I was trying to think like one of those like if you can do a different sport, like maybe outside what you would normally do, like collegiate wise, that
Sure.
might be fun.
Yeah,
Um,
absolutely.
we have a lot of nice parks, like a lot of nice. It's just it's a nice state. Like there's a lot of different there are a lot of different things to do. Like there's parks, and you can like the pizza place. My husband would definitely tell you the pizza place. You gotta go to a brick oven pizza place. So
I
that's what
like
I would
Rob
say.
already. I love Rob already. That's awesome.
Yes.
Okay.
And the fourth
Okay.
thing I can't really think of, but um, I'll try to work on that fourth one for you.
Yeah, let's do that. Let's do that. Now, before we get into the rapid fire, which will
Mhm.
pretty much conclude our conversation that we're having, I want you to think of, off the top of the dome, if you can, two people that you think that you would nominate that would be an absolute great guest on here, like you have been on the Work Hard, Play Harder podcast, that you think will be able to come on and talk and share their stories just like you. Who are those two people? They could be one male, one female, but I at least say one female at least.
I have to say, one of my favorite people, Freddie Coleman. He would be awesome.
I love
Um,
it.
Freddie could like, especially like with the Knicks like just winning. I'm happy for so many of my Knicks fan friends. He's definitely one of them. And then I think Courtney Cronin, who's really her star continues to shine and rise at ESPN. Our Bears reporter, she does a lot of NFL stuff. She co-hosts First Take. She'd be really good. We have so many good people, but like I think her story and her rise would be a good one too.
Absolutely, no question about it. Definitely know about Freddie Coleman, as I've seen him multiple times,
Mm-hmm.
reading his stuff, listening to him on radio as well, do his thing. And Courtney Cronin, I mean, I remember her when she covered the Vikings because she
Yes,
covered
yes,
the
yes.
Vikings prior to covering the Bears because I
Mm-hmm.
was in Minnesota at the time when she was covering the Vikings, and then she
Yep.
made the transition to the Bears. So yes, I am hopeful I can get both of those on. I would definitely reach out to them. But listen, if you can throw a Chris Paul assist, that would be great too. It doesn't matter.
I
It
will
doesn't
do
have to
that
be
for
Chris
you.
Paul.
Yes.
But yes, I would love that. But Christine, we have reached the portion of the podcast now that we're going to do some rapid fire. And what that is a little different than this or that. This is the first thing that comes to your mind based upon these questions. Okay, so here we go. Chicken or ribs?
Chicken,
Pancakes or waffles?
pancakes,
Juice or soda?
Diet Coke, so soda.
Ooh, I love me Diet Coke. Even better is zero sugar
I have
Coke.
never tried that. I will have to try that.
Mm, so good, so good. Favorite color?
Purple.
Favorite board game?
Trivial Pursuit.
That's a good one. Favorite
That's old
card game?
school.
Yes, it is. That's a good one, though. I like that one.
I stink at cards. Oh gosh. Maybe euchre, but somebody would have to teach me how to play. People played that in college. That was like a big college game. Our floor was
Yes.
always playing it, but like I don't know how to play it, but it looked fun. So I would say euchre, but someone would have to teach me.
I would obviously say Uno, but I'm a huge poker person
Oh,
as well.
Uno.
Yes,
That,
yes. I'm huge into poker as well.
mhm.
Favorite Netflix TV show or TV series on television?
Oh, jeez. We don't have Netflix. Like we watch a lot of sports and I work at night, so we don't really watch that. I have to say though, I saw the We Are the World at my friend's house. Though
Right.
that documentary, that was amazing.
Yeah.
Like that
Yeah.
was like I love stuff like that, like documentaries about like music and sports and everything. So like that kind of stuff would really grab me.
Got you. If you had a choice, and I love asking people this that work in sports, dream matchup as far as your favorite football team matchup. Like, I'll give you a prime example.
Okay.
My favorite team is the Chargers. And the reason why is because I grew up in San Diego. So LT has been my favorite player. Obviously, LT being LaDainian Tomlinson. But my dream matchup would be it would be like going to a Christmas Day game with the Chargers versus the Raiders and us smacking the Raiders in the mouth. Because I just want to be able to do that. Because
Everybody
I
really hates the
absolutely
Raiders.
listen, when you are grow up in when you are a
Mhm.
Chargers fan, you are not
Mhm.
liking the Raiders. That's for sure. No question about that. What is your dream matchup for the Bills? And you can give me a day too. Mine will be just a Christmas Day game, special televised game where all eyes are watching.
I always like the prime time, even the 4 o'clock games. Like I always like the Chiefs matchups,
Mm,
right? Because like something crazy happens, or it's just I would have to say probably a Chiefs matchup.
okay, I got you on that. Now let's do this for NHL hockey
Hmm.
wise. What is your dream matchup for the Sabers?
I would have loved if we played the Golden Knights in the Stanley Cup final. And if you know me, you would know why I would think that.
Does it have something to do with Jack Eichel?
Little bit, little bit. My husband and I were talking about that earlier. A little bit.
Yeah, I kind of put two and two together and made it look like 22. Well, I put them two and two together.
Yes.
Uh, I'm quite a historian of these games, so yes, I definitely know. For those of you that don't know that will watch this, Jack Eichel used to play, was drafted by the Sabres. Okay, that was his first initial team. Before he decided to say, "I tap out and I no longer want to play for the Sabres," and he went to obviously the Golden Knights and doing his thing over there. But yes, that would have been a great matchup for sure. No question. Okay. If you had a choice, Christine, to choose three people with you to go on vacation with, so it's three plus you equaling four,
Hmm.
where would you go and who would you choose? Now, before you decide, you can choose family, friends, or celebrities.
Oh wow. Uh Gosh. I would obviously choose my husband, and then I would choose Josh Allen,
Okay.
and because I just think he would be a blast. And
Okay.
then, oh, you know what? I've always loved Ryan Miller, so I would say Ryan Miller too.
That is a male dominated trip, Christine.
Like two of my favorite all time athletes, and the guy I love more than anything. So
I'm saying, I
very
don't know
easy.
how you're gonna be in a moment of bliss, not a moment of bliss. You're gonna be in internal bliss
And my
with
husband's a
that
huge
trip.
hockey fan, so the Ryan Miller thing he's a Rangers fan, but the Ryan Miller thing would work for him. So
I love it. Now, where would you go?
hmm, I don't shoot. It's hard to say. I think I would. I don't know anywhere like I don't know. North Carolina sounds nice.
Okay, that sounds beautiful. Yeah, they got some nice places out in North
Yeah.
Carolina for sure. I'm a big fan of the South. That's where I went to school. I went to school
Okay.
in Atlanta, Georgia, so I definitely know
Nice.
about North Carolina for sure.
Hmm.
If you had a choice to listen to three songs or three artists on repeat and never get tired of them, who would be the three songs or three artists that you would choose?
Bruce Springsteen, U2, and Billy Joel.
The Piano Man.
Hmm.
Okay. Okay. Yes, yes. You know, one of my favorite songs of his is Baby Grand. Uh Another one of his is River of Dreams.
Hmm.
Uh no question. I play that on repeat, River of Dreams, because that's
Yes.
just yes, Piano Man is great, no question. Christine, if you had a choice to choose another job in sports that you would do for a day, what would you choose and why?
I would like to be the side ice reporter for the Sabres for a game.
I could totally see you doing that, and I would tune in. I would pay attention. I, I probably wouldn't.
I'd have to wrestle the mic away from Rob Ray, and I don't think I'd be able to do that.
No, no. I think you would be. I think you would be absolutely great. Or do what Courtney does. If you know Courtney
Yeah.
is the in-game arena host, right? I think
Yes.
I think you would be able to do something like that for sure. But
Yeah.
as the sideline reporter, would I know what the hell you're saying? No, because I probably wouldn't. But you still would be great. You would
Thank
be
you.
awesome.
Thank
Yes,
you.
no question. What sport would you play, Christine, that you would absolutely dominate in?
Hmm. I think I would be okay at softball. I really wish I knew how to skate. I would love to have played hockey, but I think I would be okay at I don't know if I would dominate. But I think I would be okay at softball.
Okay, now let's ask the opposite of that. What sport would you play? First one that comes to mind that you would absolutely suck in. You'd be terrible.
I I think it might be like I was just thinking like the four major sports like that would just scare the hell out of me to like stand in the batter's box and have to face a Jacob Mizorowski 104-mile-an-hour fastball or
Lord
like
have mercy.
be on
Yeah.
the football field and you got like a 275-pound defensive end coming at you, like, or,
Mhm.
run down the basketball court and like everything is so physical. And then hockey, you got to keep your head on a swivel or you'll get knocked into next week. So I don't know. I think one of those. Baseball would probably scare me the most because I thought about that. Like, nobody can hit Mizorowski, but I would be shaken. Like I couldn't even imagine, right? Like that would,
Right.
what they'd all be terrifying, but that would probably terrify me the most.
No question. No question baseball, but I definitely would have to go with hockey because I can't skate worth a damn. I'm gonna
That
just
would
be
be
honest
tough.
with you.
Yeah, I don't know how. I've
Cannot.
never skated, and my husband has played hockey like his whole life. Like he played, started when he was young, played through high school and stuff, and even plays in a
Yeah.
rec league now. So,
Well, they say opposites attract, so that's pretty much what it is. So
yes,
I love that. I love
yes,
the
yes.
fact that you guys do that. That's for sure. Now, if they came to you, Christine, and they said, "Hey, you do such a great job of reporting on sports, but we want you to change your genre. Out of these three genres, which one would you choose to report on? Something new? Would you choose politics? Would you choose travel, or would you choose entertainment?"
I choose entertainment.
You was very decisive on that. So
Hmm.
you would choose entertainment. Okay. Okay. Any particular reason?
I find politics exhausting and too divisive. Travel. I don't like to fly, so that would be a problem with traveling, being
Oh
a
my
travel
goodness.
reporter, because I'd have to get on a
What?
plane. So
You don't like to fly?
I don't like to fly. No. I haven't
Wow.
flown since 2014.
Time out. Whoa, whoa. That's 12 years. Time out. Let's rewind. Let's rewind. Wait a minute. So when you gotta go out of state for a business trip, are you bussing it or just driving?
Oh no, I don't travel for work.
Oh,
Yeah, I'm
not at
just based
all?
No, I'm based in Bristol. No.
Oh, okay. I would think like, maybe maybe some of the games or some of the big time games, maybe that some of the people, other people that you do radio with, they might travel or you might do a live show somewhere. That's what I was thinking. That's why.
Oh no, no, no. I don't no. I'm just based in Bristol, which is good cuz I don't like to fly.
I got you. Okay. Okay. That's awesome. That's awesome. All right. And you said the last plane ride you was on was 12 years ago. Do you remember where you went?
I did. My husband and I went with my college roommate and her husband. We went to Disney and we spent a week in Disney. So it was a lot of fun.
Okay, I got you. Well, listen, that is absolutely awesome. And Christine, you have been absolutely awesome on this podcast. It's been a real pleasure getting to know your why of why you wanted to start doing sports media. Obviously, you've been doing it for 2+ decades. You've been obviously killing it on the airwaves, doing your thing. But just learn about you and learn about what you do, how you go about doing it. Obviously, the process of doing it is a methodical one when you
Yes.
broke it down the way that you do, but it's great. It's amazing. Nobody would know that unless you ask those type of questions, right? Because a lot of it is preparation, trying
Hmm.
to get the right show together, trying to get everybody on one accord, and it takes a village to do that, right? So, but you're very talented at what you do. And I'm a future, or not future, but I am a fan of yours, and I want to see what you do with in your future endeavors in the sport. How long do you think that you want to be able to continue to do this? Not to put a cap on you now,
Hmm.
because I hope you do it for many, many more years. But how long do you want to continue to do this?
I have to say too, I have to give credit to like my bosses and my producers and the production assistants and the APs that everybody I work with and the board ops
No question.
who are like we are a like you said a village, and we like they make me sound good, look good. So I have to give credit to them. And as far as my longevity, as long as ESPN radio will have me, I'm good.
Well, listen, they should have you for a very, very long time. I look forward to tuning in to some of the stuff that you do with certain radio shows. I do call in to some radio shows, as I do have people that I have had on this podcast from ESPN Radio.
Hmm.
I'm not sure if you know Amber
Yes.
Sports
Yep.
yes. So she's been on here too. So she's a dear friend of mine, and I've called into her show as well. So I definitely will be able to tap in with you at a later date. I want to make sure that we stay in touch. I want to say
Hmm.
thank you again for allocating your time to be on the Work Hard, Play Harder podcast. And my final question to you is there anything else you would like to add about yourself, the job, ESPN, or anything at all before we conclude?
Just go Bills.
That's a mic drop. Just go Bills. I'm hoping to be at their training camp in a couple of weeks, Christine. I'm hoping to be at their training
Awesome.
camp. We'll see about that. But yes, please stay in touch. I
Hmm.
want you to enjoy your Monday evening. I would definitely reach out to Freddie and Courtney myself as well. No question about that. And again, thank you for coming on, and we'll talk very soon.
Thank you, Chris. Thank you so much.
Thank you. You take care.
Oops.